This is Words of Wisdom with Wilberforce.
Hello, family. Today, I want to share with you that the best environment is God's presence. In the book of Psalm 42, verse 1, the Bible says, "As they pant after water, so my soul pants after thee." In verse 2, it says, "My soul thirsts after thee." I want you to understand that the best environment is God's presence. One of my favorite prayers, which I've prayed for more than 30 years, I ask God, make me a prisoner of your presence. Moses said in Exodus 33, we don't want to leave this place if your presence will not go with us. The presence of God will give you the best environment that you ever need to become everything you want to be in life. Many people are running away from God. But the truth is that everything you need is found inside of God. Therefore, when you run into Him, you will find everything, every solution, every answer, they are found in Him. The environment to permit determines your output in life. Some years ago, I conducted a research using catfish and crude oil. I had to simulate an oil pollution by pouring crude oil inside a pond, and I now introduce catfish, and I have 4 different kinds of places where I put the fish. In some of the places I put up to 100 mils of crude oil, in some 50, in some 20, and the last one was a control. And something strange happened. In the place I poured 100 mil, all the fish died instantly. The one of 50 survived, but their body was lacerated and their swimming performance was low. The one of 20 was relatively okay, but their feeding performance was poor. But all the fish I left in the control where I had 0 crude oil, they were comfortably swimming around and eating everything that was given to them. And that opened my eyes. There's an environment you stay, you will die. There's an environment you stay, your talent will vaporize. It was the environment created by Delilah that destroyed Samson. You must be careful where you plant yourself. The best environment is the presence of God. Because in the presence of God, there is life. When the rod of Aaron was brought into the ark, which represents the presence of God, the next morning, the ark budded, became a growing piece of wood. Why? Because God's presence brings life. No matter how great a man is, whatever you tap from that man is limited to what that man knows. But God is limitless. The wisdom of God is unquantifiable. Therefore, I encourage you to plant yourself in the presence of God. For in the presence of God, there is fullness of joy. Every man that mightily influenced his generation was a man that carried God's atmosphere. The entire Genesis 39, Bible says the Lord was with Joseph, meaning you had the presence of God. The entire book of Daniel was in God's presence. Our Lord Jesus Christ carried the presence of God. Apostle Paul carried the presence of God. You want to make impact in your generation, you must be a prisoner of God's presence. The best environment is the presence of God. God bless you.
This is Words of Wisdom with Wilberforce.